Good afternoon. Welcome to your favorite current affairs weekly program, 60 Minutes Nigeria. My name is Egosa Agmalawa, your anchor on the show. I must tell you that a lot has happened in the country, and we have very eminent personalities with us today to dissect the state of the nation. We'll be looking at expectations for the selection of credible people to make the cabinet of President Muhammadu Buhari. So we coined that as waiting for President Buhari's second cabinet. The president has a reputation of not changing his cabinet. He did that in his first term, and now his second term, people are waiting. Don't forget that there was a delay in the formation of the ESCO in President Buhari's first term for about 6 months. He has reiterated that soon his cabinet will be known to Nigerians. His special advisor on media, Shehu Gabal, has spoken. We're expecting the cabinet to be formed even in July. But Nigerians want to see the next government in action. We'll also be looking at the fight against financial crime in the country. Has the government recorded success? Is the government winning the war against corruption? We'll be looking at the former First Lady, Patience Jonathan, whose monies forfeited, final forfeiture to the federal government, though that has been appealed. We'll be looking at all of that. Let me introduce my guests. I have in the studio a very seasoned political analyst, communication expert, and of course the president of United in Democracy is a pressure group. Ehigalua Andrew, nice to have you with us today. We also have with us a clergyman, but an analyst of great repute, Dr. Emeka Ehigalua. Nice to have you with us today.
Thank you, viewers.
Okay. We also have with us a legal practitioner in Edo State, and of course, a law lecturer with the University of Benin, Edogogo Eboigbe. Nice to have you.
Thank you so much for having me.
We have with us SA on religious affairs. I hope I got that right. Senior special assistant, rather, to Edo State Governor with us. He's also a clergyman and, of course, a very renowned analyst. We're talking about Reverend Egosa Omori. Nice to have you on set today.
Happy to be here.
Okay. So, like I said, waiting for President Buhari's second cabinet. All Nigerians are expectant. And we'll start this way. Who should make the second cabinet of President Muhammadu Buhari? We'll start with Mr. Andrew Ehigalua.
First and foremost, I have to congratulate the President, President Muhammadu Buhari, in his re-election to preside over the affairs of Nigeria for the next 4 years. Be that as it may, I think any serious government or president should know that immediately you are sworn in as a president, you are supposed to, display your intelligence and work will start. Because as far as we are concerned, the election took place in February 23, and they had 2 or 3 months interval to put your house in order and make your list and prepare yourself for work. So whatever is causing this delay, I don't understand that, because ministers in any government is of paramount importance to move the country forward. Yeah. But like you and I know, the position of the ministers are yet unknown, and the president alone cannot marshal the affairs of Nigeria. And we are all eagerly waiting. I will pardon the president in the first tenure when he delayed kind of 6 months. I will call it an act of inexperience. But now he's He has been a president for 4 years. He knows what he's supposed to do, and he should get the ball going. You know, because in situations like this, other countries of the world will perceive us as a serious government, a serious country. Because in a country when the ministers are not there, you can't even form the Federal Executive Council.
Okay.
And it is in the Federal Executive Council you discuss, you know, serious issues concerning governance of the country. And the president should not give us any excuse about not being able to bring us his list, because from a reliable source, it's like they have two camps: the former governors and the kitchen cabinet of President Muhammadu Buhari. There is kind of under pressure from the former governors to drop all the former ministers and bring in new minds and new people on board. And the kitchen cabinet are insisting, no, some of the former ministers must remain and all that. But that's not an excuse for the president.
Okay, you just took me to the next line of questioning, and I'll just ask Dr. Emeka Ekwara on that. Now, the ministers that serve in President Buhari's first tenure, we understand that some of them feel they are still capable and willing to serve under the president's second tenure. Do you think the president should recall members of his former cabinet, or do you think he should just do away with them and get fresh ones?
Let me first and foremost say thank to ITV.
Okay.
Especially for the good time, informing Nigerians. Regarding to that question, I don't think it is necessary to be a very worst mistake Mr. President will make.
Okay.
In this second tenure.
Insecurity.
I have not seen any of the ministers in the past 4 years that perform very well. Take a look back at the power. Of course, you agree with me. There was a kind of statement credited to the Mr. President that the power sector, he failed the Nigerians in the past 4 years. And you come to the area of information, you discover it is all lies and propagandas. You come to the area of petroleum. I can't see even our brother, taking credit for any good service to the nation. Go back and back and back. I don't see any of them in the what do you call it? Is it labor and whatever in Gige? I have not seen anything he did during his time. It was strike and strike all over. I think those in the system can be able to testify to this. Then go back and back. I don't see any of them that is worth coming back to this second tenure. If Mr. President, either by pressure or because the cabals are there to dictate for him and he take it as a kind of to please people, he will end up disappointing the country for the next 4 years. So I'm of opinion he should look for a new intake. There are men that are on ground that can perform very credibly. I was watching debate during presidential election when I think one of the is it a young whatever.
Okay, the Young People's Party.
Young People's Party, the presidential candidate.
Okay.
If I can remember.
Okay.
Such a young man. If Mr. President can.
Is it Mogalu?
Yes.
The former deputy CBN.
Yes.
Okay.
If Mr. President can look at men of that nature, I think he will make a very good government in the next 4 years. Will not be.
But Mogalu is not a member of the ruling party.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That is what makes us Nigerians, and that's why we're here to talk. When you say you want to kind of appoint ministers because they belong to APC, you will flop the nation. You will end putting this nation into the kind of situation that anybody cannot wake up a day and say good morning to one another.
Okay, but I must correct an impression. You said the former Minister of Information, Lai Mohammed from Kwara State.
Yes.
That all that he said are lies.
Not all, but I tell you, there are a lot of propagandas.
Okay, so we need to make that clear that Lai Mohammed did his job His job is to project the government in good light and, of course, inform Nigerians. We must make that clear. That's his job as Minister of Information. And definitely, we believe that he did a good job. But it's left for Mr. President to make his decision. Okay, now let's just get the thoughts of Barrister Edugogo.
Well, I want to say that, first of all, any government in power is as good as its ministers or cabinet members. And so the nature of individuals that make up the cabinet is pivotal to the success of the administration.
Okay.
We had the last 4 years, and Nigerians, we are living in Nigeria, we know what our experience is like. We know that we all experience the increase in crime, we experience the increase in unemployment, we all experience the increase in hardship, increase in fuel prices, difficulties, insecurity, all the challenges bedeviling this nation under the workmanship of these cabinet members. I mean, it would be ridiculous to reason to reproduce those same members to reproduce the same results. That's just how it works. And the truth is that except Nigeria starts to look backward and we stop politicizing everything in this country, we will never get it right. Issues of cabinet members, we are looking at intelligent minds, technocrats, people that are willing to sacrifice for the country. Is not a position to give to political members, to give to political class. This position should not be for the political class. Politicians, they have their role. But people that will function in the executive capacity of government to carry out major functions that will sanitize the nation should be given to the best brains. And until we remove giving these positions from politicians and to well-deserving individuals, and we have them, we have so many credible, intelligent, hard-working individuals. Well, because of politics, you can see there's a lot of lobbying, so much time is going. We are not even aware now of who our next cabinet members will be. This should not be so. If we want to experience different results, we must go outside the political class to look for people that are willing to work.
Thank you very much. We will now get the thoughts of Reverend Erosa Omoriye, who, of course, is a senior special advisor to the governor of Edo State, and so he knows the goings on in government, and he can project and also tell us probably the mind of Mr. President. But this time around, President Muhammadu Buhari was accused in his first term of wanting to have a very reduced cabinet, a small cabinet. And he was accused of making fundamental mistakes, which include assigning 3 portfolios to the former governor of Lagos State, Fashola, which, of course, it is believed by some Nigerians that led to the mistakes that Fashola made, or the alleged non-performance of Fashola in different ministries, power, energy, work. So, would you advise Mr. President again to make that mistake of wanting to have a reduced cabinet and not spread the different ministries to very sound minds?
Well, let me first appreciate God for the re-election of Mr. President.
Okay.
And also to say that Nigerians would need a lot of patience for us to achieve any meaningful objectives. Now, the issue of ministers, there are procedures. The man cannot just sit in Nassau Rock and just point to one village and say that man from that village should come and be minister. Because every state have their own contributions. To whom much is given, much is expected. And so, for even distribution of ministerial posts, it has to go through the process. But I want to also agree with what our sister said.
Okay.
That you can still pick, because the president has the prerogative. He can say, oh, Mogalo, you are very sound. What's it called? This son from Ondo State, a lawyer now.
Okay.
You can pick that.
Okay.
You just help solely, but you also have to confer with the states, so that you don't look as if you are breathing down their neck. So, as far as the country is concerned, each state is expected to produce one minister, whether you like it or not. So, but you cannot just say, oh, I just sit in my villa, I just go and pick. I know that there are some governors that do it, but it's abuse of power. It's abuse of power. There must be what we call a political meetings or interplay of political forces coming together, looking at who can represent our interests. Because it's about give and take. In Nigeria, for today, we want to thank God for what we are going through, because we are not going to be doomed at the end of the day. We are going to come out beautified by it. But the man should be given some level of patience. I know the man is a very calm person. There was no that they did call him during the election. They say he's from Sudan. He's not a Nigerian, he's a clone man. I have a friend who was so much bent on trying to convince me. I say it cannot be. You understand what I'm saying? But today all that is over. It's our Nigerians, we anticipate a lot of energy on issues that sometimes are not relevant. But what is important is that we must do it the right way. But we're not talking about autocratic rule, we're talking about democracy. May God bless us all.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Reverend Omori was always bringing his clergy take in his discussion. So we'll continue. Waiting for President Buhari's second cabinet. Like I said, Nigerians are really waiting. And we'll be able to get the thoughts of my discussants who have highlighted one very important point, that the president should not look at only his party. I think that's one consensus agreement or consensus view, opinion that has been canvassed here. But let's get the thought of Igalo again. Now, moving forward, what kind of people are you looking at that the president should appoint?
Well, I have to disagree with
Reverend Omori?
Yeah, on some issues.
Yes.
He just said that the position of the minister is zoned to one state per minister. It makes the job cheaper and easier for the president to pick his ministers. Because if you say, oh, don't bring your candidate, tell the governor or the state working committee or whatever, do your screening, please, I need your name.
Yeah, nominees.
That is the procedure.
Wait, I need your name.
Yeah.
Same goes for the 36 states and the federal capital. Don't you think it will make it more easier within that 3 months that they were on recess when he won the election?
My brother, let me just...
No, let's just allow him to complete this.
No, I want to help him. Let me tell you, when you even, at that point in time, the interplay of political forces become very vicious. Because everybody wants to make sure that he is the one who presents or produces that person. That's what is going on right now. That's why there is delay.
Okay.
That is why there is delay.
It's not a matter of do or die. It's just one candidate. We must produce one person.
Yes. But there must be a process.
That's what I'm saying. Within that 3 months, the process should be put in place.
Yeah.
Within all these states, to produce one person. Everybody cannot be a minister at the same time. With what you are saying, they are not putting the country first. It's personal interest.
We agree on that. That is why
if you watch other countries like Donald Trump, when he was sworn in, immediately the next day started dishing out positions. Chief of staff, this, that. The work has started. You don't have to derail us or draw us back because of your personal interest that you cannot produce one person from the state. If you are not the person, you wait. There are other positions. Must you be a minister to the detriment of the country? Of course not. So I feel, to me, the bulk of the fault is with Mr. President. It's not any other person, because he has the prerogative, he has the power to choose his minister. And since the whole world castigated us when he spent 6 months trying to produce ordinary minister during the first tenure,
and 3 months is gone already,
and we are going to the second month or the third month. I mean, it's somehow there should be a repetition for that. Like I said, the position of the minister is so important to every nation that is trying to go to the next level, as their slogan says. Imagine maybe a project like the second Niger bridge. If you want to construct, you cannot expect a permanent secretary to handle such project. You must need a minister for endorsement and approval. And such projects, like any other project, will be piling, waiting. So my colleague, I see the behoves on the president to do the needful so that Nigeria can move forward and take.
So you are saying there ought not to have been delay at all.
Not at all.
That's your point.
Yes. No.
So you believe that the president ought to have made his cabinet known before now?
Immediately at maximum 1 week. Because let me tell you, it's not that when he picks his minister, it's automatic appointment. You still have to go to the Senate for screening.
Okay.
There's another delay.
Yes.
And maybe the Senate might still screen some persons that are not qualified and all that. Which will take another 2-3 weeks. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So, and it's still a drawback to us.
Okay.
So, if you read international magazines and listen to international news, it doesn't go well for a country that wants to take the citizens to the next level. And this has cost us heavily. It cost us during the first term. We went into recession, and on theory, they said we went out of recession. We are still in recession, let me tell you. We are still suffering from it because of that delay in the ministerial appointees. So we shouldn't allow it to occur. Please.
Thank you. Okay, Dr. Emeka.
This is a serious issue.
Yes.
You know,
what kind of ministers are you looking at?
Look, let me quickly ask Mr. President.
Okay.
In as much as he go through states to get the ministers.
Yes.
I think the governors of each state are in a better position.
Okay.
You said this person is qualified.
Okay.
And above all, because sitting here, I may not be able to know as many who can be able to be there.
Yeah.
It is only those who are in authority that can be able to point out. I've just come to know Oga.
Okay.
Right in the studio here.
Okay.
I've come to know him right in the studio. I've come to know Madam right in the studio here. We are not staying together. We don't know each other before.
Okay.
And so also in the state, there's no way only you will know everybody that is even credible in the state. But with the way the governors work, the party members, then with the way the campaign, go ahead, the people that mind states are good enough to say this person is good to go. And I think if in the other way around, Mr. President wants to get it right, I expected by now the names should have been out. And then you will ask the states, this person, the name is out, hand over to me. Okay. He will in return take to the National Assembly. Yeah. Is this person qualified? Let's debate on it. And I think it will be good enough. When we comes in here, we say so person will be able to make some investigations and know, yeah, this person is not a criminal type. Okay. That we go in there. Okay. Because if you...
Now that's the job of the DSS.
They
will investigate, they will screen.
Yes, they will. Okay. You and I will also contribute.
Yes.
Because even the DSS may not know them very well. They will come to us and ask, how about this person? What is their background? Are you getting me? Okay. Because later we'll talk about security, yes, talk about corruption, yes. This is where it all starts. When you put a wrong person in a position, automatically you end up fighting and fighting and fighting, and you won't get it right. Okay. So let the Mr. President go back to the, back to the states, to the governors. The governors go back to the royal fathers. Like I had an information, our Oba went to Abuja to meet Mr. President.
That's correct.
Good. Good. Why? That is a good relationship. And he has the right to stand on behalf of those. He has the right to say, this is what I want in my state, this is what I don't want. And I think the president will definitely listen to them. Yeah. If you tell the governor should ask the, what do you call them? The royal fathers. This person, is he credible enough to go in for this office? And I think by so doing, you will get it right. Okay. But when you want to go into the area of, making it politically, say, well, because this one is this, he campaigned for me, he didn't campaign for me, he sponsored, he didn't sponsor, we'll get it wrong. Okay. In the next 4 years, we'll still be running around.
Okay. Barrister Adogogo? Yes.
Well, the ground norm of Nigeria, the 1999 Constitution, as amended, stipulates clearly in Section 147, sub 3, that in the appointment of ministers, the federal character of the country must be taken into consideration. That is, each state must produce at least one minister. Okay. And then it stipulates another procedure for selection, that when you select individuals, they should go through the Senate for screening. You also have the work of the DSS to also check the criminal records and the records of integrity of these individuals. So we are saying that in selecting minister, first of all, the federal government must take in mind the federal character of the Nigerian nation, and then it should not be politicized. We don't want the same individuals being recycled. Maybe the person will not get a political office, you are not giving him a ministerial office. We will never get the same result. If we really want to work, we should look for people with proven integrity. Each state produce 3-4 members and send to the Senate. Then they look at the person's record. Then they look at the person's profile and see how much this person can impact into the nation. Not politicians that are there and then doing all they know how to do, which is politics. So except we change our systems of selection, and we should not give credence to politics. We should give credence to integrity, competence, ability to produce results in selecting ministers. We will not get the results.
Now I'm going to interject and still task you, Barrister Dogo. You are a lecturer, and some Nigerians believe that when you're looking for intellectuals, you should go to the different institutions in the country. But do you think that the Nigerian universities, Nigerian polytechnics, are they really helping the country the way it ought to be? Do we really have technocrats, if given these positions, maybe minister of power, maybe an engineer, an electrical engineer, do you think they can really give the desired results?
Well, you can see that's one of the challenges facing Nigeria, not getting the right individuals to do the right job, like putting a round peg in a square hole. In societies, you have intellectuals. In every functioning society, the role of the ivory tower cannot be underestimated. Because when you have issues like that, you call out the best brains, call out the experts in the field. What do you think about this matter? And they will produce. But in Nigeria, the academic is relegated to the background. Instead, you have politicians just doing their things the way they have always known how to do it. And you end up getting the same bad results. So if actually intellectuals that have proven themselves, you can look at the power sector. Get 2-3 engineers, specialize in the power sector, and select one and make him what? A minister. And he gets the best brains to also work under him. You will see the results. It's not telling a politician that does not know anything. You get maybe a minister of agriculture from another field, and you want him to successfully bring out implementations that will profit the agricultural sector. It will not work because you are not putting the right peg in the right hole. So you go back to the academic institution. In advanced societies, when they have issues, when they have problems, they call researchers. Say, this is our problem. Go and research into it. Tell us the results and tell us what to do. That's how society works. Those ones are specialized in what? Finding results. And we have them in every field. Nigeria is bedeviled with so much challenges. Insecurity is a major challenge. We have not gone back to the academic institution. And even when they write and make what postulations, it is never utilized. Everything ends up being what? Politicized. That is the greatest challenge of this country. Everything is being politicized. So that even when we know what is right, we end up not doing it for political reasons. So if we really want to do what is right, they should look into the academic institutions. You have professors that have done well. They have established records, plethora of records speaking for them. Put him there. A man that has climbed so high in the echelon of academics, he values his integrity. He values what? His integrity more than what? Political gains and all of that. And then you start to see results. And they work with people of like minds.
But we started seeing some academicians, some persons who claim to be medical doctors, who claim to be this and that, with fake certificates in this country.
That one is different. Somebody is working with a fake certificate. Of course, that one is a criminal abomination. So that is a different matter. So that is why we have DSS. In Nigeria, presently, before you are actually given a sensitive position, the DSS will screen you and call over your family members. That's the work of what the DSS, so that people are proving integrity. Thank
you, Barrister Adogo. I think you have made a point.
There is something.
Yes, Dr. Baker,
there is something I wanted to chip in. Mr. President, has it the right, if after appointment of the ministers and they discover one is not doing well, has it the right to fire?
Of course.
Yes, he has the power.
And you discovered in the past 4 years, he allowed every one of them to stay till the end of
except some who left on their own. Adeosu was accused of not going through the NYC scheme. It was a journalist that exposed her.
Good. Now, I expected that even now, if peradventure there is somebody who by mistake, I use the word by mistake, comes into that office, Mr. President should not allow the person to, truncate the whole issues for him. He should fire the person. And there is another thing I want to say here before my honorable lecturer.
Okay.
You see, if you go back during election, when we talk about integrity, it takes the grace of God now to see a man who has integrity. If
you mean the returning officers were vice chancellors and professors? Is that what you're trying to talk about?
So, and the same people during election, they collect and they do what
you cannot prove that.
No,
yes, allegations
we agree. We agree.
Yes.
We agree. We can't prove it even while we are talking, but we know it. The truth must have to be told. We know it. So, to my own understanding, even when you go back to the academic section to make selections, good and fine, it will work out well. But they also should be watched.
Of course.
They should be watched, because when you don't watch them, corruption will automatically become the order of the day. When they start collecting, my brother, money is sweet too.
Thank you. Let's get Reverend Mori.
First and foremost, I want to thank God for the life of our sister.
Okay, the lawyer in our midst. Okay.
There's something that she said that struck my mind.
Yes.
During the time of the military era, the President Babangida and co, when they came to power, they don't go on the street to look for ministers. They run to the universities. The late Professor Mori of this world, Professor Yobare, just name them. All these people, even state governors, military governors, they go to university to pick commissioners. So there's nothing wrong for even this present scheme of government doing the same. I agree, politicians, they don't want to have work for you, going to be part of the...
What is the problem in those states right now?
So now, the normal procedure, brethren, is that every state governor is entitled to nominate a minister.
Okay.
But in some states, in quote, there are some who profess to be more powerful than the governor, that I produce the governor. I should be the one who should
produce the minister.
Then let them dialogue.
So that was why I talked about it. You see,
it's everywhere.
That's the moment I said,
give me somebody.
Listen, that's the moment I said there will be an interplay of political forces. But if, for instance, you are not ready to bend the rules, maybe in your time you were the one who produced. Now somebody that is on the saddle of power, you should also be able to concede that right to the person.
Of course.
That's where the problem is. The president is having a deep problem right now on who he should accept. Because lists are flying everywhere. Lists are flying everywhere. Which is not fair.
My Reverend, Mr. President knows who he should look.
No.
Eyeball to eyeball.
No, I think the point here is, now when the issue of politics comes in,
let me tell you. You see, the political arena, the procedure, the arrangement, it differs from your message.
Okay.
You go to a meeting by 9 p.m. You agree on an issue. Everybody say, okay, this is what we're going to do by 7 a.m. in the morning. By 6 a.m.
phone call.
Everything has been upturned. So you will not be wondering who now met. They say, well, event has overtaken everything.
Nigeria is too old.
So we are in that deep shit today.
Okay, that kind of situation. That's why we don't allow that language on our program.
No, it's only God that can salvage
the situation.
It's only God that can salvage the situation.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
Just 2 minutes.
Yes.
I will agree with our clergyman here when he said some people, when they were in power, they were saddled with the authority to do and undo and produce whatever they want to produce. But when they are out of power, they still want to arrogate such powers to them. They won't tell the governor, I brought you, I'm still going to take that list to Abuja as the ministerial list, which is what is affecting Nigerians today. Let me tell you, an average Nigeria is greedy. An average Nigerian is myopic. It's irrespective of the education he or she has, with all due respect. If you've lived in the Western world, when you are on board, let me use a company for example. If a man owns a company and the child is growing up, and the father steps aside, I mean by the age of 60, 70, and you are looking for a job, they will tell you, look at the owner of the company. You go and meet the man. Hello, sir, I'm looking for a job. He will tell you, no, go and meet my son. He's not in charge. You will go to the son will tell you, sorry, there's no job. If you go back to the father, say, sorry, I said, I'm no more in charge. My son is in charge. So be it. You know, that is when you hand over power, you delegate powers. I'm no more there. It's my son. I'm no more the governor. He is not the governor. Have you spoken to him? He said no. So take it, my brother. Look for elsewhere. But can a normal Nigeria ever think like that? Crisis will arise. The governor said no. Okay, and I produced the governor. I produced the commissioner. I produced the local government chairman. I'm telling you no. Okay, we'll see what's going to happen. And indirectly, you are still the commissioner, you are still the governor, you are still the local government chairman. It's just a stooge. Until we remove that mindset of I must always be in power. I must always dictate the pace. Nigeria will not move forward.
How can we remove
Thank you very much, Well, I hope you are enjoying the program. You can see the different opinions, shades of opinions expressed in the program. And like I said, Nigerians are waiting for the cabinet, the second cabinet of President Muhammadu Buhari. Is one breaking news now that will excite Nigerians. Once that list is released and sent to the National Assembly for ratification. Okay, now let's look at another issue before we call it a day on the show, and it is the fight against financial crime. The issue of accountability. Is there accountability in Nigeria, gentlemen? I start with the senior special advisor to the governor. Is there really accountability in governance in this country?
Well, it all depends on the way we look at it.
Okay.
If you talk about accountability, number one, there are some people who believe that it's not about amassing wealth that matters. It's our ability to be able to dispense the largesse of governance to the common man on the street. Like what we see in Edo State, for instance, we call our governor, we can say governor. There's no road that has not been touched by him. Even that yesterday here, he was at St. Savior. But if you go to St. Savior 5-6 years ago, it's not a road you can even talk about passing or talk about. People even sell their properties and leave that community. So what we are talking about, the accountability is that whatever money that is in your custody, you are holding forth for the common man, for the people, because the treasury is not yours. But many of the treasuries in the countries have been looted. We're talking about, you made mention of Mr. Jonathan here.
We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
Let's talk about, yes.
So I'm just talking about integrity. Because how does all this money come about? You were expected to have custody of the money of the people, but you just amass it, instead of using it for your own personal gain. So I believe that Nigerians need to have the fear of God. Once you have the fear of God, you know that what is not yours is not yours. What is not yours is not yours. No matter how the money gets to you, no matter who has asked you to hold for the money, you know that the money does not really belong to you. Use it for the purpose which was given, so that at the end of the day, you will not feel bad.
Thank you. Barrister Dogogo, looking at the fight against financial crime in this country, do you think the federal government is getting it right?
Well, based on the results, because I like assessing issues based on what we have before us.
Okay.
The reality before us Nigerians. You know, the hallmark of this present administration is a fight against corruption. That's his greatest strong point in terms of agenda and publicity and all of that. But when we look at the results before us, can we really say we are fighting this corruption successfully in all sectors of society? It's not just enough to collect monies from those that have maybe stolen or looted our funds. If these monies are collected and are not effectively utilized for the benefit of the common man, then what then is the basis of fighting this corruption? If the poverty in the country still remains as endemic as it was even before you came into power. Looking at the issue of security in the country, the fight against terrorism. When you hear the figures, the amounts of money that have been pumped into the fight against insecurity, and then you see the nature of insecurity taking place in the country, the level of crime, then you will now ask yourself, how effectively are they utilizing this money? So it's a practical, when you say you're fighting corruption, you should not just be collecting, and then we are not seeing the results. There is still so much hunger. And then, you know, all these negative indices you are seeing in society, corruption, criminality, crime, kidnapping, these are all fallbacks of failures in society. Yeah. When the society is not functioning properly, youths are graduating, they remain unemployed, it's difficult to access health care, feeding, which should be a basic necessity for amenity or something that is available to every citizen of the country, is very difficult. Crime must increase, and then you say you are getting so much looted funds, but this money is not now distributed to the common man. Then you can't say effectively that you are effectively fighting corruption, because just prosecuting and collecting money from those that are corrupt without doing more, without Nigerians seeing results, is not an effective way of fighting corruption. I want to look at the case of Edo State. You know, these are things you see practically. Okay. Personally, I'm not a politician, and even when they voted for this present administration, I didn't vote for this present administration. But every day I pray, and I thank God. I said, do we still have people like this present in this world, in our society? Because you can see effectively what he's doing.
What are you talking about? The
road to my house is tarred. I will be wanting to. We have Nigeria. No, I'm serious. I still vote for him. In fact, I worked for the other party just because maybe I liked him for personal reasons. But when I see the work of this present administration, I say, do we still have Nigerians like this? So when you are fighting corruption, it should not just be what you are saying. We should see it effectively. Not when society things are getting worse, things are degenerating, crime rate is increasing, people are being killed every day, and then you say you are fighting corruption. The money you are collecting, what are you now using it for? In fact, you that is in power, if you are effectively fighting corruption, then administration of government should go what? Effectively. Institutions of government should work effectively. You should not be seeing strike, hospitals going on strike, doctors going on strike. Everybody is trying by all means to leave the country, because what? It is now difficult to inhabit this place successfully. So an effective fight against corruption will produce positive results. There will be security in the country. The money put in place to fight crime will be used effectively. If they provide money to buy guns, they will use it effectively to buy weapons. But when you say you are fighting corruption, you are giving out these monies and they are not being used, the same crime, the same evils bedeviling society will continue unabated. So the government can borrow a leaf. You can learn from anybody. From our present governor, he's working. I've got to admire. He doesn't talk much, but you are seeing results everywhere.
But those results, just that we don't have a state government spokesperson on a program. Hopefully, maybe we will have him, maybe one of our programs. The governor is really performing, yes, but we do not know the exact amount that is being expended on the contracts and whatever is being done. That's another ball game in terms of accountability from government. But let's get the thoughts of Dr. Meka.
Thank you. Let me appreciate Mama for all the inputs. But let me come from this direction.
Yes.
What we're looking at here is fighting against financial crime in Nigeria.
Yes.
We've heard about so much money that was recovered from looters. So much money. I can't be able to recall all
the exact figure now.
Then, if these things are real, Mr. President supposed to tell Nigerians, this is a total amount that has been recovered. And this particular money is going, social amount is going to social project. Nigerians will know. And if he will start it by himself, I think in the state, the governor who has been working very perfectly, and all eyes are seeing it, will also take a leaf from there and say social amount was allocated to social project, and the social amount has been paid, social amount has not been paid, and this is what remained, or what remained from whatever that is meant for that project. People of Edo State, people of Imo State, people of Anambra State, people of Jigawa and any part of the state, I mean a country, will know, and it will be a check. But next time around, we cannot be able to fight against financial crime. We don't know how much we have. We don't know how much we've spent.
Yes.
Good. do a good work.
Okay.
You are being paid.
Yeah.
Get your salary. We won't suffer in this country.
Okay.
We won't complain. But because the money you've collected, we don't know how much. The one you've spent, we don't know how much. So the one that goes back to your pocket, it cannot be accounted for. And the whole thing will just go like that.
Okay.
We can't be able to fight corruption.
Okay.
That man.
Well, Andrew, like I said, you are the president of a pressure group. And, you know, pressure group, United in Democracy Pressure Group, advocates for good governance. You are supposed to put pressure on government. Now, we've seen that in most states, if a particular governor's tenure is over, like what is happening in Imo now, whoever takes over in any particular state, in Gombe, Dakwambo was the former governor, a sitting governor who lost to the present governor now. The present governor is accusing Dakwambo of financial recklessness. Ihejora, who took over from Okorocha in Imo, is also making noise. Most governors who take over from their predecessors, especially if they are not of the same party, they set up pro-party. But in Edo State, the present governor did not probe the past governor. Now, but the question is not about Edo State. Why this scenario in Nigeria? Governor takes over, he now says, oh, the other governor didn't do well, financial recklessness, you know. Why that kind of scenario? As a pressure group man,
well,
what are you, yes, what's the situation?
What's the situation, political witch hunting, and petty mind from the incumbent governor that took over from his predecessor. What, in governance, there's what we call continuity.
Okay.
Especially in an Africa country where everything is dilapidated, we are trying to grow. There's no governor that will come in for 8 years. Even if 20 years, you can't do everything. You can't meet the needs of the people. No way. You do your little and go. Then whoever is coming should be focused. Don't be giving excuse. What they are doing, they are just trying to preempt it, to give excuse in case they don't perform. They will tell you what I met. I did not meet anything. I met debt, blah, blah, blah. You must, if you watch TVC, if you see the achievements of Rochas or Kolocha being displayed, you would think there's no problem in Imo State. But listen to Hedioya, he has been complaining. I did not meet this. I look at them as unserious people that are not even capable of being a governor. You don't do that. You don't apportion blames. Like you said, in Edo State, it's not happening because it's a continuity.
Probably because the former governor produced
that's what I'm saying.
The current governor.
That's what I'm saying, because they are from the same party and all that. Aside in a formal way, informal discussions that we have, I hear this governor complains behind. But he will never come to the forefront to say, I did not meet anything. But because it's party affairs, you have to, cover for your brother, your party, otherwise it becomes anti-party. So I will want to use the opportunity to advise governors that are coming in, taking over from the opposition party and all that, to jettison that myopic idea of complaining that the former governor did that. Just be focused and get yourself together. When the time comes for you to give account, you give account of what you worked with and tell the people how far you've gone in your own governance.
Okay.
Instead of making...
Yeah, before we call it in, okay, Dr. Emeka, you are itching to make a comment?
I wanted to react to part of his contributions.
Yes.
When he said, the governor of Imo State blaming Okorocha, I think what is supposed to take from there is he has taken over. What was handed over to you?
Okay.
Let the people know. This is what I am building on. Then make your own input.
But there's disparity in figures. The present governor will tell you this is what I made. The former governor will say, no, this is what I left. Disparity in figures.
Is it not written down?
They have auditors in the state.
It's written down now. So they have propaganda. I will agree that coming with a blame system is not allowed.
Okay.
If you know what you've come to do, when you took over from this man, he didn't do well. Fine, no matter whom he is, hand him over to EFCC. then start working on what you have on ground.
Okay.
And be focused.
Are you getting me? And once you give this accountability, when you are leaving, the person that is about to take over from you will do same.
Thank you very much, Dr. Meka. Now, Reverend Omori, now we also observe most governors, they refuse to tell the people, okay, this is my security vote. This is what I'm giving monthly. Why that scenario with governors? A quick one, Reverend Omori.
Well, I believe security vote is not expected by any governor to disclose. Because you are.
Why the secrecy?
No.
Okay. Yes.
It is. What I'm saying, in fact, is it has been a normal procedure.
Okay.
It didn't just start today. We are talking about from 1999 to date. Have you ever heard any governor coming out to the public?
But it can be changed.
This is how much I get about security vote.
It can be changed.
No. Please, what I'm saying, in fact, is that money is meant for your personal. Nobody can say you are accused of spending $1 for anything.
From your security.
Yes. It's like somebody now who has got a contract of 10 million naira and he got a percentage of 10% of it. You will not say you go to jail for it. Lawyer, will you go to jail for that? So the same way. So we must call a spade a spade. I have never, if there's anybody who have said it or seen it, democratic pressure group. So that I have never.
Okay.
I have never.
Yes. Okay, thank you. Your parting words, Barrister Dogo, on the program.
Going forward, there should be transparency in government. If you really want to get things right and do things right, even in this issue of security vote, there should be transparency. We should know the amount. The amount is supposed to be used for issues of security. Okay. So if the people that put you there, they have a right to know. But going forward, there should be transparency in all aspects of government. So effectively check.
Let that continue. Yes.
So effectively check this plague of corruption bedeviling the country.
As the member of National Assembly will tell you the exact amount of salary they receive.
But it's not enough.
Security is not salary.
No, I'm just saying.
No, that's another issue. But it's not enough. It's not supposed to be so.
What we are saying, the fact is that you see there are things that when the other ear hears it.
When you are a transparent person and you have integrity, you know what you want. You want to leave a legacy.
Yes.
I have made things you don't hide. Tell the world.
Oh yes.
That's why I give kudos to President Muhammadu Buhari. In his first tenure, when he came to asset declaration, he did, and he has done it again in this.
Yes.
To declare his asset, a president that had direct access to the treasury of the country, but he still declared his asset. So why can't governors or whoever is declare their asset?
They all declare them.
Fine.
Thank you very much. Your party words.
Yeah, I want to advise Mr. President to be very fast. Get us our ministers. That is one. Whatever it will take him, he is in position. Then number two, the money, though it has been appealed in the court from the wife of our former president.
Okay, President Jonathan.
The money recovered from him.
From her?
From her, so thank you. I think the Nigerians should know about it. And whatever that money from this time around will be used for, Nigeria should also know about it. This is another way we can be able to fight corruption, financial crime.
Thank you. Because of time, we couldn't really elaborate on that. Monies linked to former First Lady President Jonathan, final forfeiture to the government. I will understand that judgment has been appealed, so we'll wait for the outcome of that. Your party was a quick one.
Well, I will advise the federal government to consider our youths, make provision for them, because any government that fails to plan for the youths, they should wait for whatever they see.
Thank you very much. That's our show for today. My discussants have been very wonderful. Immensely, they've contributed to the discussion. I want to thank you for being a part of today's program. And our viewer out there, thanks for being a part of the show. My name is Ewo Sagmalao. See you next week by God's grace. Bye-bye.